Alright folks, here we are for the second part of processing Japanese knotweed root. There's a brutal wind today, so I'm tucked in behind this bale. Here comes Lou. She thinks there's something going on because I'm talking to nobody. Alright, go ahead, Lieber. Oh yeah, she wants to be tucked in behind this bale too. And so does Mabel. Okay, you just go ahead. Go. Okay, so here we are. Part 2, processing Japanese knotweed. My tools for after harvesting: stiff brush, a knife that can be used for rough material, and an axe for Japanese knotweed that can be used for rough material. So you don't want a real high quality sharp axe, you can just one of these cheapy ones. So then I'm taking my roots. These were all what we harvested yesterday. I was at a friend's place and I got back late. You know, with plants like that are aerial parts of the plants that have volatile oils, if you're making a tincture, you want to do it as fresh as possible, so as soon as you get home. But with roots, you can be quite a bit more relaxed because they don't have volatile oils. This time of year, it's so cool at night, it's just above freezing or at freezing. So they can sit around even for a few days, and I never noticed it makes any difference in the quality of the tincture. So roots, you can be a bit more relaxed. And then having said that, it's best if they don't start to dry out. So what we have, as you probably remember from yesterday, is two kinds of roots. These are rhizomes, right? They kind of range from maybe 1/4 inch to about 3/4 of an inch. And then there's the actual body of the Japanese knotweed proper. So this stuff's really tough. We dug it out of soil that was very arable and workable. If it's in clay, it's nearly impossible to get out. It was so easy yesterday compared to what it's like sometimes if it's in clay and gravel, and I've even seen it growing in ditches where it's just compressed gravel. Much more challenging to get out. You actually need a pickaxe or something. But this is what the root looks like. So we're just going to soak the root first. So a lot of the rhizomes, you could use a pair of clippers or a knife or an axe to cut them into length, like a few inches, maybe 10 inches, something like that. Yeah. So this is a cold water soak. This is a really small root. This is somebody else. So you got to pay attention when you're processing. Again, somehow that got grabbed and mixed in. This is the difference. They look quite similar, but if you look where you've scratched, this one very much orange, this one just yellow or white even. So this is not our friend Japanese knotweed. So here we are. We're left with, at this point, all the main root parts. I put the rhizomes in. So with this root, if you're going to be using it for tea and grinding it up, you want to cut it into as small pieces as you can while it's still green. Don't let it dry. It turns into a rock. Basically nothing, short of an axe can break it at that point. So easier to do when it's green. I'm going to show you. There are a couple parts here that are Oh, I thought it was kind of rotten, but this kind of stuff in here is what most people would shy right away from. But the reason we're going to be bothered doing it, and I think I showed you this yesterday, is the amount of medicinal material, the thickness of the bark on the body part is much, much heavier and thicker than the rhizomes. So you can pass on this because it's a lot more work, but this is where the real gold probably is. It's probably why my tincture turns out like way stronger than anyone else's I've had. But here we go. So, I mean, among other things, you can see I'm getting dirt off, but look at the amount of medicinal material, the thickness of it there. And this getting dirt off is basically one of the hardest parts. So there's a big chunk of bark from the root, real gold. There's a rotten piece. This piece is, yeah, it seems good. You can always just scratch the surface, and if it's orange, it's good. All right, I'm gonna keep working on this one. So now you can see I'm starting to get down to the actual root material. Pretty much all the dirt's off, so it can go in there now. There's another chunk that went flying off. You know, to get the smaller stuff out here, you can use the rough knife. Some of that stuff will come out in the soak, but just scrape it back to where you're starting to see the bark. Because I'm doing tinctures, I can do it like a little bit smaller pieces, but see, by smashing that, all these pieces of bark, really, really potent stuff, are coming off. So, you know, even the inside woody part here has a little bit of yellow tinge to it. So I'm kind of feeling, you know, I wouldn't bother ever peeling the bark off anyways. You just tincture the whole thing, or it all gets ground up for tea. But like I said, if you're going to use it for tea, make sure you chop it in small pieces.